This is going to be interesting. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to rotate it flat, you stupid mount. Stupid mount. All right, let's go ahead and get this potty started. Let's see if I can get this in the right spot to do the right thing for the right reasons. I don't know exactly how this is going to look, but it is going to be something. I'm kind of setting it up right now. Let's see here. There we go. That's what I'm looking for right there. Look at that. Stream finished. No, that is not right. It is not right at all. Just getting things set up. It's going to take me a second. This thing's probably not even, I'm doing this backwards. I don't know why I'm doing it this way, but it is what it is. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. Let's see. Trying to use the front camera today. See what's going to happen with the front camera. There we go. Okay, I can't rotate it there, but I can push. Can I push it down? There. I'm not sure where I'm going with this. Exactamundo. All right, and there's a delay, of course. There's a freaking delay. What's up, Billy King? Good to see you. Good to see you, Deborah. Just trying to get things set here. I think I've got it right. I think. Maybe if I move it over here a little bit. I'm doing mobile stuff in a non-mobile room. It's a little bit of a pain in the buttocks, to be honest with you. And then I'm playing with like a delay. Okay, so I'm going to go with that. What's up, Rose? Good to see you, lady. Good to see you. Good to see you. We're going to kind of wait for the room to fill up just a little bit. I'm sure it will get out there in the preposphere once things get a little. See that maybe that's better. Maybe that's better. We're going to find out here in a second. Let's find out here in a second if things get better. All right, so that should do it right there. That's what she said. I know, right? Stray Kitten, good to see you. Yesterday's short format live was great. I couldn't catch up and listen to it live. Well, we're going to try and recreate that today. I know there's a lot of things that people want to talk about. No, generally the morning hours are spent, just straight up, flat out, clean preparedness, and that way. We can stay focused on the educational aspect of it and try to keep things right. But the other thing too is there are things that are going to affect our preparedness. David says, I'm genuinely curious, what's the point of surviving if everyone you love is gone? David, you hold on. Let me take. I think your icon is like this or something like that. I can't tell. It's too small on my screen. Anyway, so we're not talking about the end of the world. Why do people automatically go to like nuclear bomb, end of the world, apocalypse, 90% population dead? Why do they do that? That's not what preparedness is about. Preparedness is about crisis situations. It's about food storage. It's about food insurance. And food insurance works both ways. I mean, you could literally, they say you should have 3 months worth of income from your previous job saved up, because that's how long it'll take you to find your next one, so that you actually have like unemployment insurance in your own bank. It's the same exact thing with food. What if you had 3 months worth of food? You wouldn't have to worry about feeding yourself or your family. Just go find that job, Mikhail, Muffin Man, the Muffin Man. Where are you getting the Muffin Man from? That's kind of funny. Stray Kitten. Hopefully you get as many trolls as last time. Well, we're working on it. Mikhail he's working on being the first troll of the day. David just asked an honest question. Rose says surviving is sharing information to help others. Billy King says when bad things happen, preppers barely. I know, right? I just sit on my porch with my rocket launcher and smoke cigars and drink apple brandy and say, "Bring it," Let's see here. Clark says, are you good enough for heaven? Ever lied or stolen before? Yes. Ever cursed? Daily. Ever lusted or hated anyone? Yes, we all have. That's why the Lord says, come to me with your sins and you will be forgiven. Brother, you're going to have to dig a little deeper. You just think we're just all dumb hicks or something over here? Man, I've read that book back to front, front to back, sideways, and up your ass. That's how many times I've read that book. Let's see here. Teresa, LP Straight Kitten, just saying hi. Hello, everybody. The format looks kind of different to me. I don't know why with this camera. I'm using the front camera instead of the back camera because it doesn't reverse things because I want people to see my shit. 1776 shot. Rawr. Don't tread on me, bro. Don't tread on me. Listening and going through quarters. Okay, Teresa, that could be a good thing. That could be a bad thing. I'm not sure. All right, guys, if there's anything you want to talk specifically about, if not, I am prepared to battle with the lefties today. Simply speaking, oh, that's Swim Club. Oh, shit, I can't look at that. That's on my phone. Simply speaking, and according to the title, basically the chains of lawfare have been broken by the Supreme Court, and Captain Red Tie can now do what the things that must be done. Now, in truth be told, in my heart of hearts, I honestly believe that he was going to do it anyway, because every time he said, turn that plane around, the plane didn't turn around. And every time he said, bring him back, he just kind of giggled under his breath like, you don't really know how this works, do you, Broseph? So it's interesting to see what can be done. I've actually got the, for those of you out there on the left that are just like, just grinding your teeth, there's due process. It's like, well, there actually is a process that they completely failed to follow when they filed that lawsuit, which is why the Supreme Court went tooey. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. There's some good questions in here. Let's see where to go. Listening to going through the quarters. I'll send you some. Oh, that's where we're gonna go, Mikhail. That's where we're gonna go to my teeth, which I actually told this entire story of them yesterday. I've got a dental appointment on the 22nd. What's your beef, man? What's your beef? You know what? I bet you're just like an overweight keyboard warrior. That's what I think, Mikhail. But anyway, it is what it is. Where are we at? Brendan, is that Brendan Deter? Brendan, where do you store the corpses? On the top of the hill. Generally, the story is when we walk up, you'll carry the shovel. And when I walk back, I'll carry the shovel. Clark said the forgiveness of God only applies to those who turn away from sin and who follow God in faith. I think you need to check out the Catholics because they see things a little bit differently. What is your religion's name, Clark? Let's see here. Checking for special quarters. There you go. Silver quarters. I like the silver quarters. Stray Kitten, I'm hoping to find some. I have $900 in quarters to go through. Wow. Nice. Ryan says, people need to understand laws and rules don't matter when a country is collapsing. You're actually technically right, Ryan. You're actually technically right. But in this particular case, the country isn't collapsing. Now, our economy may be collapsed, but that's man-made. That's actually all planned out. But our country is not collapsing. Our country is actually regrowing. Annie says, hello from occupied Texas. Oh, you must live in one of the big cities, Annie. Welcome to the stream. By the way, all you new people, make sure that you hit that subscribe button so you can see me every day. I'm normally on at 10 a.m. in the morning too, by the way, if you want to learn about preparedness. Stray Kitten, the fast way to find silver quarter and dimes? No, we do not. Stray Kitten, turn sideways and check for solid. Yes, that's true. Let's see here, but I'm checking for a few others. Hey, Prepper fam. Hey, what's up, Bullseye Ben? Good to see you, Broseph. So, Teresa, I guess you guys all know each other. Hello, fam. Hello. I am not either. My left-leaning friends are rapidly giving their thumbs carpal tunnel syndrome, or they've gone silent. What's it going to be? Looks like Clark's talking. If a judge is a good judge, can they let guilty criminals go free from without justice? Okay, that statement didn't make any questions. A good judge is a good judge. if God is good, wait a minute. I'm going to have to try to read through your sentence here. If God is good, God can let guilty sinners go free without justice. We broke God's law, but Jesus paid our fine. Yes, 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 and yes. It still doesn't support your position. NEG says they have constitutional silver and found them to be very good source of metals. There you go. Billy King, I'm in Woolforth, Texas. No occupation here. Vegan cookies, what's going on? DeWalt, Ryobi, Milwaukee. I would have done it with an X. I would have done with that with yes, good, good, and good. Let's see here. Stray Kitten says, I was saying so she knows fast way to check. I got you, Stray Kitten. No big deal. I'm just regurgitating what's on the screen to build content until people actually start to talk about stuff. Sorry, we're having fun with friends. That is okay with me. Everybody says hi. Spitfire Shine. I'm in Milwaukee. Very good. I don't think we have any followers in Milwaukee. Make sure you hit that subscriber button. Anyway, so the Supreme Court said, lower court judge, you should have never taken this case. And here's the reason why. In one paragraph, whereas the dissenting, was it Sotomayor, she wrote 15 freaking pages. Guys, I'm here to tell you, if you have to explain your position in 15 pages, you do not have any legal standing. You are not right. You're attempting to form a position based off of lies. You're gathering dots, you're connecting them, and you're going, oh, look at this picture. This paints the perfect picture of how things really should be. Yeah, that's a problem. Let's see. Unless you've been born again, you cannot see the kingdom of heaven. Jesus Christ, John 3. I've been baptized twice, both Catholic and Protestant. Does that matter? Am I twice as good to go? What's the Bible say about that? Let's see. 2 wins in 2 days. I know. Freaky was it? Freaky Lilg. She didn't write shit. I know, right? It was ridiculous. I started reading some of her dissenting stuff, and it's just like, oh my God, really? This is just like, blah, blah. It's amazing. And then the 2 others. And the worst part about it is they're basically saying is that all the girls said no. They're literally saying that in some feeds, in some threads, in some streams. Which I don't agree with. But the one thing that they have said that is true is that all of the older justices supported Trump. All of the newer ones, except for Sotomayor, supported or dissented. It's interesting to see these people that call themselves strict constitutionalists, but then forget the American core value system. Yeah. It's becoming very evident that some of these people are kind of doing whatever the hell they want to do, and nobody's got any trash on them yet. But they will. They will. Water baptism cannot save you. Save me from what, Clark? I have been I've been in the baptism of fire. I don't know how many firefights I've been in. Does that count? Judas was water baptized, but he denied the Lord and went to hell. Thief on the cross was not water baptized. Jesus told him would be him in paradise because he had saving faith. Interesting. NEG says, my father's in Houston. I live in a small town about 100 miles away. I have family that live in another part of Texas, and many small towners being overrun. Ugh. It's like, we love everybody. Just don't bring us your politics. It's not gonna end well for you, Who narrated the Bible? Well, Freaky, I let everybody in. I mean, I only have one rule, and that's don't be a dick. That's my only rule. Everybody gets in, nobody gets blocked until they decide they want to be a dick, and then poof, they're gone. What's up, Bobby Spags? What's up, Bobby Spags? MPPPPPP. Yeah. Hey, that thing I told you last night, can't do it. I just realized my one of my sons is getting married on the same weekend in South Carolina. So yeah, can't show up. Sorry, bro. If you guys didn't know this, the Northwest Preparedness Project has I think it's their spring festival. It's going 8th, 9th, and 10th of May. If you guys want to look those guys up, they got some good stuff going on. Midwest Preparedness Project. Let's see here. We're still talking about baptisms. Just go to prove some are backsliders. Some people are backsliders. We're all backsliders, and even Jesus knows that. Let's see here. Vegan says, mini jaws of life posted on Discord. Aha, is that what that noise was? Get them while you can. I like it. I like it. Beware Superman. I don't know what that means. Annie says, congrats. I also started my grandson on silver stacking. He gets silver for his birthday, holidays, and others. There we go. I know, right? I was like it's going to take me like 3 days to drive there. And then I needed to talk to the girlfriend because, you know, she went off and freaking caught cancer on me. And I'm seeing how she's going to feel about it. And then I was like, oh no. And then my son calls me. He's like, oh, by the way, are you coming to my wedding? And I'm like, oh man. So yeah, that's what happens. Let's see. Stray Kitten says, I have 2 silver dimes to stack and only a little fiat and a lot of debt. Get in line, sister. Get in line. Baptized by water and fire, strong like steel. Oh yes. Yeah, my father used to tell me, beware of men who were, beware of men who shipped and who went to sea in ships of wood, because they're normally made of steel. Something like that. Something like that. All right, guys, what do you want to talk about? This is like an open line politics thing where you can actually you get to ask questions, you get to talk about whatever you want to talk about, and it's going to fuel the fire. Because I know the lefties are just in the background, just lurking right now, just waiting for the opportunity to pounce. But they don't know how prepared I am. They just have no idea how prepared I am. Get in the bread line. There ain't gonna be no bread lines. You know, oddly enough, there was a study that came out last week that talked about prior to Captain Red Tie taking over the economy, that the people were still going to the stores and buying groceries, but there were certain ones they couldn't get their hands on because they didn't have enough money. So they would spend the money on all the low cost stuff, and then they would go and get into the lines for the where they basically give you free food. I can't remember. Somebody put in the chat the name of that thing where you go and get the free food. Let's see here. Let's see. Self-control. I got you. All right, I'm just calling you self, man. This is hard. How does change be brought to systems that are already to shove them off a cliff? I think we're separated by a language barrier, bro. We're separated by a common language. How does change be brought to systems that are ready to shove them off a cliff? Stand up, people power. That's what it really comes down to. The thing that governments are scared the most of are the people. If you're in a situation where things are really bad, show up. You know the protests that I haven't seen yet that would actually like be powerful? If like 1,000, maybe 1,000 would probably be enough. 1,000 people just showed up, and I'm getting the feeling that you're over in the UK there, self or self-control. But if 1,000 people just showed up to the Prime Minister's residence and just stood there, standing there, staring at the door, his black door, and saying nothing for like an hour. And then they all turn to the right and just walk off silently. I wonder how many times the new prime minister would be crapping his pants. I wonder. And then the next week, maybe 2,000 people show up. And these people just start walking, like just walking closer and closer and closer to the door without saying a word. And those poor police officers just standing there like, oh my God. And then they stop right at the step. And they just stand there. And then after about an hour, they just turn and walk away. That would send such a powerful message to such a tiny man. And what if they did that? What if they did that to Parliament? What if they surrounded Parliament not saying a word? Yeah. I wonder what would happen then. Because see, then it's on government and how they react. And if they react badly, wow, you're basically talking, the government itself would be a real problem, wouldn't it? They would be having a real problem that day. Well, let's see here. Harvesters. I don't know what that is. Ready to go pounce like a jungle kitty. What's up? Not a sponsor. Good to see you. I see you were first this morning, and then you disappeared, and then your wife was the turd. That was hilarious. You guys just jumped in, got the credits, and got out. Let's see here. Billy King says, do you believe it's going to get rough for a little while with the economy? Yes, it's going to. We're not going to see $20 eggs and $30 gallons of milk. That's not going to happen. But we are going to see some price increases because the companies that are getting the tariffs are going to try and pass that on. They're going to try to pass that on. But here's the thing. I just got word today that basically China fought back with a 50% tariff. So we threw a 50% tariff on them. And now they're up to 104% tariffs on, I would say, a majority of their goods. So, the price of these trinkets, the price of camping gear, the price of, triple wall drinking containers, the price of anything made out of plastic by a 5-year-old, okay, is probably going to go up significantly, probably at least 66% is my guess. But the price of all the stuff that's made here in America is now so competitive. And it's going to be about getting your hands on it. We're just going to have to watch out for those scumbags that want to raise their prices just because someone else did. And then just to make sure that we don't get into a situation like the market, like the housing market right now, where a $160,000 house is now worth $350,000 just because, the cost of this. No, I'm sorry, bro. Would never cost that much. Stuff like that. It's just ridiculous. Food banks. Thank you, Rose. I appreciate you. Let's see here. Mr. Sponsors didn't realize she would be called the third. She's got to be careful what she wishes for, right? She got to be careful of that turd she just stepped in, right? Food donation center. Let's see here. Angie says, I pay myself first when paying with monthly bills. One piece of silver each month slowly adds up. Very much so, very much so. So Self says, but people are doing sheeple stuff right now. Yes, that's because people have been conditioned to be that way. I don't know why. I hate to say this. I really hate to say this. And I know it's situational because I know there's people out there that had to do it to keep their jobs. Okay. But all the people that did this just cause, they're the same people that are just doing whatever people tell them to do. They are. They have no free will whatsoever. I bet you there's a direct correlation between the people who didn't take the thing to the people who did take the thing, and then take that chart and merge it right onto the sheeple chart. Free thinkers, sheeple. I guarantee they're almost identical to each other. It's kind of weird how that works out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry. And if we're talking about the UK, I got into this yesterday with another guy who told me it wasn't true, but then okay, so all the video I'm watching from what's happening inside the UK, where you can't walk down certain streets, there are no-go zones, in the UK where you grew up. The kid probably played on that street when he was a kid, and now he can't go there because it's been taken over. I think your prime minister came out and said, this is national is Islamophobia month. It's not a fear, it's a fact. Most of London is taken over now. It's ridiculous. Let's see here, but people are doing sheeple stuff like you sharp. Appreciate you. Bought it at Walmart. I bought it at Walmart, believe it or not. Let's see here. I wish I could be my own bank and loan myself money. Yes, Stray Kitten, you can do that, but I think you have to start at like 50K and to get that status. Let's see here. Surrogate self, don't recognize you, like the name kind of. Let's see here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. What is even made in America other than oil and corn? There's lots of things. We make cars. Well, we just don't make all of our own cars because all the dum-dums ran away with NAFTA. Let's see what else. We make flags. I mean, we make products here in America that are comparable to all the products that are international. It's that easy. But the thing is I can't say like I've never been to the plastic trinket store here in America where they make their own trinkets. You know what I'm saying? I've never been there. I've never been to the towel factory where they make, 99%, freaking El Crapo material towels. I've never been there, but you've got, I don't know. Let's see. What is it? It's the Red Dirt Company. It's like Red Dirt Cotton or something like that. One of the biggest cotton and cotton directly from their own fields to factory companies in the world. Actually, they make some of the best sheets, the best towels, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? We just don't make all this crazy chemical stuff. All of our industry have gone away. You know what I'm saying? But they're going to come back. It's not hard to do. Let's see here. My shoes are 100% made in America. Where are your shoes made at, Stray Kitten? Cotton, beef. There you go. Beef. We have our own poultry systems. I mean, we produce our own food. The United States only imports about 13% of its food. Well, we're self-sustaining, guys. We're self-sustaining. The market, when there's a vacuum, the market will fill the vacuum. Right now, there's some rich dude going, well, guess what? We're not going to be getting that poultry from Canada. What percentage is that? We got to up that percentage. Got to start kicking out them eggs. Start making those chicken babies. We need more chicken houses. Guys, we got to do it. It's not a problem. They're going to invest in it. Even if it's only on the short term for the next 3 years, they're going to make some serious cash. You know what I'm saying? Weed, that's right, Mr. Good Citizen. We make our own weed these days. That's some good stuff, man. I have a Red Dirt shirt. There you go, man. I love you, man. I love you. Isn't England a Muslim country? I hate to say it, but it's true. A good chunk of my roots are from England. So it's crazy. It's crazy. It's illegal to grow cotton in Florida. I'm not sure why, but I'm going to bet there's a reason for that. Moto. Let's see here. Mr. Good Citizen. There you go. There's always a reason for everything. It's either a good reason or it's a bad reason, but there's always a reason. Somebody didn't just wake up and go, no cotton in Florida today. That just didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? There's either a good reason or there's a bad reason. All right, so kick it out. What else are we talking about today, guys? Because I want to talk about, guys. Is anybody looking at the stock market today? The beetles that eat the cotton devastate other crops. There you go. Rose says, as a child, uncles that each other raised a specific herd or grain. There you go. But has anybody seen the stock market today? Has anybody seen the Dow Jones? I want to read you something real quick. This is as of like 10 minutes ago. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rebounded significantly. Oh my God. All the lefties are losing their damn mind over the stock market, trying to use this as some kind of victory lap, like he's going to fail, But the Dow Jones Industrial Average rebounded significantly on Tuesday, April 8th, that's today, 2025, after a period of market volatility caused by President Trump's tariffs. The Dow surged by 2.6% or 992 points to 38,956 points. Additionally, the S&P 500 gained 2.6% or 134 points to 5,196 points, and the Nasdaq added 2.9 or 458 points to 16,060 points. The market's recovery was bolstered by reports that Trump could pause tariffs for up to 90 days in ongoing negotiation with world leaders to mitigate the impact of the tariffs. Healthcare companies led the gain. There's a scary thought. In the S&P 500 with CVS Health Corp and United Health seeing jumps of around 9%. Shares of NVIDIA and Micron also saw gains of over 5%, and JP Morgan, AMD, and Netflix marked over a 5% gain, supporting the index's recovery. I guess we're all not going to hell. I guess the dumpster fire is over, right, lefties? I love it when a plan comes together, you know? The sword is here. Repent, Jesus is coming. Again? Wasn't he here? Didn't you say it the last time he was here, man? Come on. Was Dow up? Yes, stocks are down. No, stocks are not down. Let's see here. As the child had uncles, we had building bubble for years. Trump is playing 4D. I believe it, Billy King. Winning. Let's see here. Stray Kitten. They should make the Beatles illegal instead. I know, right? Tickly Blade. Hey, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Said, well, yes, marks will drop when they are scared, but it's hard to keep a market down while the economy is relatively strong. 100% true. Fact. Hashtag truth. Let's see here. Pilgrim, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Hey, Opie, did I win? No, you did not win. I told you did not win. Saying it over and over again like a Democrat will not make it true. Twin Arrow Survival, good to see you, man. Goods, get so stuff out back, food, medical supplies, and tools to keep your family safe. There you go. There you go. Let's see here. And by the way, early in the mornings, I think Twin Arrow Survival has his live streams running. I dropped in on him this morning. Let's see here. Rose says, have never panicked by stock market. And you shouldn't. And you should not ever panic because of the stock market. Unless you got... The only people that panic about the stock market are the people who have money in the stock markets. That's the only people who panic about the stock. That's the only people. So it's like my favorite phrase of the last 4 days has been this one. The market, $2 trillion just vanish. Poof, poof, poof. From the market. And it's like, that is such a total load of crap. What happened was it was a massive sell-off, okay? And that's where all the money went. Everybody moved their money into something else, or they took it out of the market because they didn't know what was going to happen because of the volatility. Their own words, right? They're not everything. Volatility is basically unsure of the direction the market is going. So people pull their money out of the market or they move it to some place that they feel that it's safer. Those are the only people freaking out. Only people freaking out. I did hear something this morning where this total dumbass, for lack of better words, was on MSNBC and said that because the market had lost $2 trillion, that Donald Trump was a racist. Still trying to connect those dots. No periscoping today. If you know what that is, you know what that is. Anyway, let's see here. Fish Ticks, Pilgrim Twin, everybody saying hi. We know you ain't a Dem. I'm an independent, actually. I'm an independent. David says, how would you fix homelessness in the U.S.? Oh, dude, that's a great question, David. That's a great question. Okay, so hold on. Let me get a sip here. How I would fix homelessness. Okay, so the first thing I would do is fixing homelessness in America is all about reprioritizing spending. The government has probably, I'm going to go out on a limb and say about $1 trillion, okay, of program spending that goes nowhere. It does nothing. We're already seeing what is happening with USAID. It's not USAID, it's USAID, okay? It's international development. they want you to think that it's like to help the United States. US aid, that's what it sounds like, right? No, it's USAID, international development. That's what the ID is for. And so we've got these programs that go nowhere, billions, probably equating to about $1 trillion, that literally just get wasted. Now, how could we use $1 trillion to solve the homelessness problems? All right, let's start at the base level. Let's start at the bottom. Well, how many people, I got a question for you, okay? If you have a rundown, empty hotel in your town that is not being used, put a 1 in the chat. I think that I'm trying to remember the name of the program that is doing this for veterans. It's the Tunnels to Towers. And they are taking the money that they have, and they're finding that they can't give everybody a home because homes are for families, and there's lots of veterans that are single, right? They're homeless veterans, and so they're buying up all these old hotels, fixing them up, and turning them into like, this is where you live, dude. And it's like almost like the barracks life that they know and understand. They can equate to. We could do the same exact thing, okay, with our homeless. All right. We wouldn't need homeless shelters. We would just need some people to like work the front desk, to talk to people. You know what I'm saying? Answer the phones. We would need some people to clean the towels. If we even did that, you know what I'm saying? We could turn some of the rooms into like laundry rooms. Like every floor doesn't have a laundry room, and you can't do laundry for freaking every single person in this one little room. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things that we could do to solve the homeless problem. You know what I'm saying? And then start looking at, I would start looking at job placement programs that go well beyond what our local governments do. Our local governments are doing everything they can, but the problem is they can't create jobs, okay? And frankly, most small businesses never go to the small business programs within towns or counties or provinces or districts, whatever, and say, hey, you got anybody for me? No, they don't do that because those people aren't vetted. They go to professional placements companies to get people who are vetted because they don't want to waste their time. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want the problems that they don't want to waste. They don't want the problems that a lot of the homeless people have, because a lot of the homeless people have medical issues that they can't do anything with, and they have drug addiction problems they can't do anything with. That's where I would start. I mean, I could probably go on for days, but that's where I would start. I hope if you like my idea, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. Let's see here. Rose says, and if I miss some stuff here, guys, I'm sorry, but you guys were like going crazy. Homelessness is at root, is not addiction, is an addiction, the mental illness issue. No, not so easy to fix. Pilgrim, I tell you what, I hate to say this, but we need to bring back mental institutions. You know, unfortunately, Reagan got rid of all the mental institutions. And the whole idea was that we could treat these people and bring them back into society with drugs, with counseling, and it didn't work. It didn't work. It just made a whole group of Democrats is what it did. You know what I'm saying? These people, these crazy people that are these mentally unstable people who don't know how to adult because they've never been taught how to do it, that are allowed to just overreact to everything like petulant 2-year-olds. And they're and unfortunately they have no place to go other than out into society, working at the Walmart, whatever it is, whatever menial task they can find. I've always found that it's pretty interesting that some of the most mentally stable people actually work in labor type jobs. And they spend, if they're just getting by, they spend their paycheck on beer, drugs, and gas, and that's all that really matters. But the regular ones are actually just busting their ass, taking care of their families, so it's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. So what's up, Larry? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Mr. I'm a member. Did you just join? Your thing is green. Did you just join, Larry? I thought my newest guy was West Virginia Pappy. I'm going to check that shit out right now. Let's see here. Let me click some buttons over here. YouTube. There we go. I got over here. The command center's back there, but I mean, I've still got some power over here. Where are we at? I need to go there, and I need to click on that. Let's see here. What has Larry been up to? What is Larry doing? Let's see. Click that button. They make it so hard for me to find stuff. Nope. Larry's been a member for a while now, about a month, I guess. I'm not sure why, but he's here. He is here. Leslie Thrasher, that's a name. Thrasher. My idea is for homeless vets. Give them a roof and common space to talk over their stuff. Maybe a counselor to mediate, but vets will talk to other vets, not a stranger, an announcer. That's true. That's very true, Leslie. You know, I'll be honest with you, and I really hate to be judgmental, but as a veteran myself, I had my bouts of PTSD. I had the images and the bad dreams, and I have had no counseling whatsoever. Yes, I'm tougher than the average bear, but here's the thing. It's generational. My generation, Generation X, we don't talk about our feelings. We push through, we compartmentalize, we go forward and do good things. You know what I'm saying? The generation that was asked to fight the last 20-year freaking war, okay, were the millennials and the Gen Zers who've been taught to talk about their emotions. And yes, psychologically, it does make them weaker than Gen X. But we did this to ourselves. We did this to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's no programs to support this. Well, that's because the problem never existed before. You know, if you got something you got to talk about, you go talk to Division Psych, and Division Psych turfs you out. And you go talk to other people. You know what I'm saying? Now we got the programs for this and programs for that. I mean, it's I used to do some work in the Wounded Warrior Barracks. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very attuned to what's happening here. But what I can tell you is that one thing stood clear to me is these people do not want your sympathy. They don't even care about your respect. They just want to be accepted, you know? And we had the same thing happen during Vietnam where people were coming back, Bronze Stars, Silver Stars, you know, Valor. These guys were walking around like they were Christmas trees. And they were getting off planes with nutbags who'd never seen even the worst day of their life yet, spitting on them, you know? So these people just want to be accepted. They're flying home. They're supposed to be heroes, and they're treated like trash. These people, they just want to be respected, and they just want to be treated as normal individuals, regardless of how many legs, feet, toes, or whatever is missing. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy. Let's see here. 107.9, The Blow. Is that a real thing? Is that a real thing, dude? Oh, hold on a second here. And I'm going to be happy to answer your question. 107.9 The Blow. I'm Googling your ass right now, Broseph. I've got 107.9 The Beat, The Bull, The Beat. I'm not seeing anything like that. Now, I'm like, maybe you got a YouTube channel, Broseph? Is there a YouTube channel? Or a go-to channel? I'm sourcing you out right now. The realest ones on YouTube, 829 subscribe. Matt Davis, Blake Saffron, Cole Bart, Aiden, Jamie Jamal. I'm not. Dude, do you even make your own videos? I don't understand what's happening here. There's nothing in your channel. Anyway, so I'm not going to hold it against you. I'm not going to hold it against you. How do you compartmentalize those things? You stop thinking about them. And those things that you can't stop thinking about, you find something else to put in your head. One of the problems that I have is that I can actually like see vividly because I have the type of memory that is awful for learning language, but great for remembering license plates and sounds and smells. One of the problems that I have is that when I get like, if I hear a song that I really like, that song will not leave my head for months, and it'll drive you insane if you're not mentally strong enough. You know, the compartmentalization process for everybody is very different, but pretty much I just say to myself, which is what got me through so many bad things in life, is it can always be worse. If you have that kind of attitude, you can compartmentalize those things. Now they will come back. They will come back. When my oh shit, man, you're gonna get me all emotional. When my father died, I was on deployment. There was nothing I could do about it. I mean, I was like on a real deployment, not on like, hey, I went out 6 months overseas and my dad died. Now they're going to send me home. I was like really like in places where, you know, doing bad things to bad people, you know, and that kind of thing. So I'm just not going to abandon my mission. And so I've always had to live with the fact that I couldn't bury my father. So, you know, but I always tell myself, you know, it could be worse. It could actually be worse. In what way? I don't know. You have to use your imagination, but it can always be worse. So that's how I compartmentalize things. Good question, Lanny. Everyone is so afraid of recession. Maybe it's nothing but a thing. Well, you know, here's the thing. So I'm trying to remember the cycle. I actually learned it on Economic Ninja. He's a pretty smart guy. What is it? It's inflation, depression, recession, hyperinflation. I think that's the cycle. And so we could be looking at a depression, but the thing is what would a depression really look like? How bad would it really be? We've been in recession for like 3 frickin' years. You know what I'm saying? Before January 20th, we were in a recession for like 3 frickin' years. Oh, everything's fine. This is what was the word they used? Like for temporary. This is not transformative. It's something. Somebody put it in the prop. They kept telling us it's trans something, right? No, it's not trans fat. It's not transitional either. Damn it! Somebody help me. We're in recession denial. I deny the fact that there is a recession. Now I don't think we're ever going to get into recessional territory. You know, we've been living it for so long, it's become the new norm. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of economists have had to go back and redraw those lines. So transitory. Thank you, Mr. Good Citizen. Thank you. This is transitory. Like, it's just like, this is a temporary thing. It's just moving through here. You know, it's like a bad stomach bug. In a couple of days, you're going to poop it out. Everything's going to be fine, right? That's not the case. It's kind of stuck with us. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I don't think we're going to see $20 eggs or $30 gallons of milk. I'm really not worried about it. Let's see here. Leslie says, yeah, like income taxes. 107 says, thank you for your service, sir. I'm a big Trump guy and a big Republican, but I'm curious how you're responding to Trump not showing up to see the soldiers return the other day. I was not aware. And by the way, what soldiers are you speaking of? I was not aware. I saw that neither on the left or the right. Soldiers return. Let's see what we got here. Most emotional soldiers coming home. Commentary. That's from December. Soldiers return. Let's go to news and see what we got there. Trump skips dignified transfer of Lithuanian soldiers to what? Oh, come on. Let me look at it. It's on Rolling Stone. It's got to be. Trump skips. Hold on, I may have to push some buttons here. Trump skips honoring soldiers killed in Lithuania to watch golf. Let's see. The president is hiding on the green. Now, let's see if we can get some facts out of this. Lithuanian president, blah, 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 government dignitaries, religious leaders, military personnel, thousands of spectators gathered on Thursday to send the remains of 4 American soldiers killed during a training exercise back to the U.S. for burial. They are arriving at Dover Air Force Base in Delaware on Friday, and while their bodies will be received by several senators and members of military, the commander-in-chief couldn't be bothered to make the trip. Okay. I guess the real question is, when was this scheduled? That's the question that I would be asking. I would be asking when this was scheduled, because this doesn't sound right. This sounds like another opportunistic thing. Also, if you look at the pictures that they're using on these, in every one of these articles, he's in a suit and tie. He's not playing golf. Also, if I remember right, there was actually an event there where that he was trying to push forward. I want to say it's like the Live Golf League or something like that. So there's a good chance that they basically just dropped the ball on this. But anybody who even presents themselves like, who says anything like, and I'll restate the title of this article from the Rolling Stone: Trump skips honoring soldiers killed in Lithuania to watch golf. Right. And Joe Biden did nothing. And Joe Biden had 395 days on vacation. Figure that one out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I hate going backwards like that. It's like, well, he said, she said. But what I do think is that if the ball is dropped, the ball is dropped. But you have to look at the reality. You have to look at what you're physically seeing, smelling, tasting, hearing, versus what some he missed it. He didn't go to the honoring of the Lithuanian, this and that, and this. And it's like, I'll be honest with you. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to not be involved in that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he, and a lot of people forget too that he's the kind of guy that. All right. So let me tell you this. Obama screwed up the presidency for everybody, for every other president to come. Okay. Does everybody remember back when Obama was on his first term? I'm going to pick your brains here. Put something in the chat if you remember this. Yes or no, one or two, something like that. One for yes, two for no, whatever's easiest for you. So there was this issue where there was this college professor, major university, big Ivy League school, okay? And he ran from the cops. The cops chased him down. He ran to his house. The cops went to his house, pulled him out of his house, arrested him. And oh, by the way, he was black. Somehow, this now became a presidential responsibility to comment or make a presidential statement about some dipstick not stopping for the cops who thought he was holier than thou. On that day, Obama ruined the presidency for all presidents. All right. He's got to be here. He's got to say that. Does he have a statement on this? It's like, why are we making comment on local events? Okay. Now, I get it. This whole soldiers coming back from Lithuania thing, that's kind of a national thing. So I get it. He may have dropped the ball on this. But every time something happens in the world, it doesn't require the president to show up. Okay? Your brother fell down and skinned his knee. The president doesn't need to talk about it. Your sister got her first period. The president doesn't need to talk about it. Okay? And your wife cooked a bad dinner last night. The president doesn't need to talk about it. And he doesn't need to talk about speeding tickets or parking tickets. He needs to talk about like what he's talking about now. So I'm pretty sure, my gut tells me that that's really what he was doing. Okay? I don't think he would drop the ball on this. And there's probably like recorded phone calls where he actually called the parents of these people and talked to them is what I'm guessing. Okay. But we won't know. Those are the kind of things that we just won't know until the time comes. And I hope that answers your question, Let's see here. I'm going to go to the chat real quick. Trump is approximately 75 days into a 14,000 day job. He's doing okay. Oh, in your opinion? In your opinion, Pilgrim? He's doing freaking awesome, man. 36 people in the chat, only 19 thumbs up. Please hit yes, please. Thumbs up, man. It's free and it's good for me. Annie G, love my vet brothers and sisters and first responders. Thank you for service. You are very, very welcome. Thank you back. Michael, even if it's true, Trump can't be everywhere. That's true. That's what I was just saying. Let's see. Rose says, is the president expected to be on point at every return? There's more to do daily. Exactly. Let's see. Michael just liked already then. Jason P. The press has whiplash. That's true. TDS is very real. Very real. Yeah, it's all good stuff. I hope I answered your question, man. Sometimes I dig pretty deep on these things. Annie G, I'm scrolling back up trying to find some stuff. Only 2% of household paid income tax up to 2013. It's absolutely true. I read that this morning, Dawn. Absolutely true. That's what tariffs actually do. Let's see here. There was something in here. Injured while on duty, old Leo. Write issue on a slip of paper out in a box to hold it for me, so move on. When it pops up, I take it out of the box, read it, meditate a few minutes, and put it back. Oh, okay. You've got a mantra. I love it. I love it. All right, what do we got here? Mr. Good Citizen says, I'd ask whoever reported that did they go to the exactly. It's all it's all lip service. It's all lip service. It's all angry speaking. That's all it is, man. It's all it is. Let's see here. Rose says, do your congressman and representative respond to all daily events? Do they send a staffer in place of themselves? Exactly. All right, John, don't recognize you. Tariffs money doesn't come into the country. They are paid by taxpayers, the consumers. So your government pulls money out of the economy into the government pockets. Of course, inflation. Actually, that's not how that works, John. That is, you've obviously been drinking the Kool-Aid. It's cool. You're still accepted here, brother. You're still accepted here. The problem is that's not how tariffs actually work, okay? Tariffs actually go into a monetary fund that is monitored by the U.S. government. It has nothing to do with taxpayers or taxes. And then they use that fund for whatever they want. Yeah, that's how tariffs actually work. Paul says, what are your views on the tariffs? Because from what I can see, he doesn't understand them properly. Tariffs will increase prices of imported goods. Paul, if you're talking to me, Paul, you are about 50% correct. First of all, I don't understand them. Okay, dynamite. I appreciate your opinion and I respect your opinion, but I'm going to respectfully say you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. All right. The second thing is that prices will go up. Like I said, I agree with you 50-50. Prices will go up, but prices won't go up because China is mad at us. Okay, because tariffs don't raise prices. All right. The ramifications of the tariffs are what raise prices. And how does that happen? Well, they decide to try and pass it on to the American public, and the American public goes, whoa, Buck Rogers. Yeah, I'm not paying $75 for your Chinese pop-up tent. That's not happening, and that sits on the shelf. Okay? And then on the American sides, prices go up because they want to make more money, or they have distribution issues. They can't keep up with the need. That's actually how tariff economy works. So thanks for showing up. Let's see. John's watching CNN. That happens. It's okay. It's okay. I would just ask people to get your information from multiple sources. I use ground.news. I find the center and the white there because you got the left and the right and the red and the blue. Center and the white. Stick to the mostly factual stuff. Let's see here. It's not fault. John is just misinformed. That's all it is. 107.9 below. Yeah, I like that answer. Do you have any takes on global war with China happening very soon, or am I just fear-mongering? You're not fear-mongering, just asking a question. Global war is very scary. It's very scary because there's always the possibility. I am a child of, all right, it's time to pay your dues, guys. 1, if you love your country, put a number 1 in the chat. America. I'm going to drink some coffee. Where's my damn coffee cup? There it is. I'm going to talk some smack, and I'm going to educate you on the ways of the world. Now, here's how it works. I'm a child of the Cold War, okay? And we live through this every single day. Global war is a very real thing. All right. It's more than just saber rattling. They have thousands of missiles on each side for a reason, although it really doesn't matter. No one ever really wraps their head around that. Okay. But so global war is a very real thing. Could it kick off? Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. But watching the news cycle and watching what's happening with different economies, it's like it's like tariffs on Russia. Okay. The Chinese. So if the Chinese were to spark off with us, they would lose. Not because militarily, but geopolitically, the whole world would be against them. And economically, they would completely go, it would be over for them. Their economy is already in the crapper. It's already in the crapper. It's never advertised. It's totally in the crapper. They have thousands upon thousands of buildings that are completely empty that they put money into to build because they wanted all the tourists to come. They wanted people. They thought everybody was going to move to China because it was such a great place, and it didn't happen. Okay, so they have hundreds of billions of dollars invested in all of these buildings. All right, they're spending. They say that they're basically building a coal-fired power plant once every 3 months. The media likes to say every month, okay? But it's really about every 3 months, because I mean, how do you build a power plant in 1 month? I mean, come on, let's be realistic about this, all right? So they're putting all of their money into that infrastructure, and so now they're going broke, all right? So economically, they're done. So if they decide to pull the trigger on going to war with us, well, they're going to have a bad day. They're going to have a bad day because they don't have the money to afford to go to war with us. And one of the biggest reasons is because we're their number one customer. When the guy walks in, if you own a newspaper store and every day the guy walks in and buys 10 newspapers from you, and then for the rest of the day it's really slow, you don't piss in that guy's cornflakes. You may even give him an 11th paper for free. You take care of that guy because he's your number one customer, right? Yeah, we're not going to war with China. That would be a monumentally stupid decision on their part. Also, on the Russia side, it's kind of a joke. You have to really understand what's happening in Russia. So Ukraine kicks off, trade embargo. Tariff. Russia's really in pain. Russia just said, fine, we'll survive off rubles. Everything's worth a ruble, and do that stuff. And so not only is Russia thriving, okay, but it's like you can walk down the street and not get killed, all right? No one's snatching you up and putting you in a minivan and sending you off to the front. Let's see, what else is happening? Their electricity is almost free. Everything is clean. I don't know what else is going on in Russia. The trade, the tariffs and trade wars did not work. They don't affect guys, okay? And then you've got the BRICS. Everybody's about BRICS, right? BRICS is doing just fine if you hadn't heard about it, all right? So they're not gonna, and now it's like, okay, basically America's going, listen, guys, we got to stop some of this crap, and we got to make things even, and let's do that. And Russia's like, okay, well, maybe we'll stop warring with these people, but okay, we like you, America. Okay, good. And maybe we'll get some tourism going. So I see the only people that are eager, the dangerous people right now is the European Union and NATO. They're extremely dangerous because they're doing things and acting in a way, they're saber rattling, okay, without sabers, because Russia and Ukraine know that the United States is both done with the war and is not interested in any more of this stuff, okay? So what's happening is that the teeth just got pulled out of NATO. And so NATO's like, we're the greatest. Oh, shit, we don't have the U.S. to back us up anymore. That's what's happening. Hopefully you enjoyed my my verbiage. I think people heard about military terms like Project 2030. They changed the name to 20, and people are just fearing what they don't know. Well, Project 2030 is a very dangerous thing. Below, I'm just calling you below, man. You got too many things in your name. It is a very real thing, all right, and we do need to be aware of it. DTC Crows. We do not have the raw materials here in America to make chips to meet demand. Where do you think the earth and minerals we need to come from? Actually, we do. They just haven't been mined. What normally happens in the when a Democrat is in power is that they shut down the industrial base. There's companies out there that actually their job is to go and find these resources that are underground. There's certain technologies they use. There's certain companies that do it all the time. Then they sell that knowledge to other companies. Okay, it's easily found in not just the precious metals industries, but in the gas, oil, and refinery industries. They know where all these pockets are. And so they sell that information when the time comes so that they always have money in their coffers, right? So the U.S. government has done the same thing, and they know what all these things are. There's actually a huge lithium deposit in the mountains of North Carolina. No one has ever touched. Okay, we do have the same minerals. Now, China does have a huge amount of them, and obviously Taiwan is going to get those from China, so it doesn't really matter that things are in Taiwan, because if China says no, then Taiwan can't make things, and everything that you just said means nothing. You see what I'm saying? So we do have the ability to do it. It's just a matter of doing it. Let's see here. Ukraine does not have the rare earth. JTC, I'm going to bet some people have done the research and would say that you're completely wrong. It's like, is the president just making up the whole deal with the Ukrainians for rare earth minerals? Is that what you're saying? Inquiring minds want to know. Let's see here. We aren't just allowed to mine it. We just aren't allowed to mine it. That's true. Jesse says, Alaska, New Hampshire, and Maine have a ton of those minerals for what I have seen on the internet. There you go. JT says, no, we don't. Even if all the mines we do, it's not enough rare earth minerals. Well, you really have a you're kind of closed-minded, JTC. You really are kind of closed-minded. Rose says, yes, and we are purchasing land. We need to make sure we own the mineral rights to our land so they don't destroy the land. That's true. Let's see here. Jesse says Ukraine has or had wheat berries. Yeah, well, I mean, they can grow more. They can grow more. The thing is like I was telling you guys earlier, we only import 13% of Greenland. Just saying. There's a thought. There's something going on there. There's some magic going on there, man. But we only import 13% of our food supplies. So we could quite easily grow more wheat if we needed it. We could quite easily. Guys, I think we put enough corn in our gas tanks. Maybe we need to cut back a little on that. You know what I'm saying? Pablo, good to see you. I don't recognize you. Direct energy weapon destroyed several lands. Very possible. Get those blue roofs, man. John Wida, China has become the world's largest shipbuilder with a capacity 230 times greater than that of the U.S. Its Navy is the largest globally, and its arsenal of ballistic and cruise missiles. What's your point, John? Inquiring minds want to know. What's your point? Make a point. I'm going to drink some coffee. And I've got about 6 minutes before I got to get out of here. So put something in the chat that you like, that you want to talk about. All right, let's see here. Rose says, yes, protecting the northern boundary waters of China and Russia. Okay. Not a sponsor says, yeah, put Chinese ships made of plastic, but Chinese ships. That's just mean, not a sponsor. That's just mean. Jesse P., I have a farm down the road from me that switched from corn to wheat, 500 acres, when the war with RU and you know what? It was a smart move. It was a smart move. Jesse P. says, I don't have it, but there is a farm. I got you. Michael's laughing about a lot of stuff. I'm not sure why. But, I wish the chat would show what we were laughing at. John says, you will lose if in conflict with China, especially when USA quits NATO. What? John, that could be the dumbest thing I've heard all day. That really could be the dumbest thing I've heard all day. If any of what you just said is true, when they were building their little islands in the South China Sea, why did we cruise through there and say, bring it, and nothing happened? I mean, come on. Especially if we quit NATO. You think NATO is going to help us? We're like 73% of what NATO is. I mean, come on. Right now, NATO's probably got all together, if they combine every one of their troops from that aren't even assigned to NATO, but are part of that country, they still only have about 500,000 troops. I mean, come on. They have about 6,000 fighter jets. They have about 800 bombers. I mean, come on. They're nothing. John, you need to go stop looking at stuff on Wikipedia and get your hands on a Jane's manual, okay? Because that's where the real data is. 107 says, JTC, you're very wrong, man. Russia has so much more than report. I know, right? Sizemore, I don't recognize you. Welcome to the channel. I am just a doomer, or am I just a doomer, or have U.S. citizens completely turned off each other and foregone conversation. Sizemore. I don't know if that's true, but it sure does feel like it. It sure does feel like it. Make sure you subscribe. I want to see you more, man. I want to see you more. You know, I'm a firm believer in community. And if you guys listen to me at 10 a.m. Eastern time, every morning, Monday through Friday, I'm on. I talk about nothing but preparedness stuff. There's no politics in it. And one of the things that I do preach is community, community, community. How to, this morning's live stream was how to watch your neighbors, how to engage with them, how to talk to them so that you can actually like try to build a community. You know what I'm saying? But Sizemore, that's a freaking awesome question. And I hope I gave you something to think about. Jesse P says, what? U.S. has the biggest equipment. China has Chinese quality material. Quality over quantity is a real thing. To an extent, Annie G says, what are your thoughts on war with Iran and 300,000 troops sent over? 300,000 troops got sent from where? I need to do that. 300,000 troops, Iran. Let me see what you're talking about here. U.S. sending 3,000 more troops to the Middle East. I caught that. Okay. Let's see here. And that's from January 2020. Let's see if we can find something more relevant. Let's go to the news. U.S. moved advanced missile systems to Israel. Okay. U.S. base and 4,000 of its troops are at risk of complete destruction. If Trump decides to attack Iran, that's some weak ass shit. It's out of the UK Daily Mail. These people don't know what they're talking about 9 times out of 10. U.S. builds forces in Middle East to warning to Iran. We didn't move 300,000 troops anywhere. That would definitely be a headline. So I'm just going to call that a typo. But we move troops all the time. 300,000 troops, that's like almost as many troops that were sent over to the Gulf War. We would know. Let's see. Rose says, if you check the facts, China's Navy includes their Coast Guard and all their Marines as well, where they count out the Navy, Coast Guard, and Marines separately. There you go. John says, your data is incorrect. Jane's manual. John, go find a frickin' Jane's manual. Mr. Good Citizen, we have China is serious economic trouble right now, and at midnight it will get even worse. Yes, exactly. See, the Chinese think that they're going to push this money back onto the customer. We won't take it. It's that easy. I mean, if you go to Walmart right now and you need if you go to Walmart right now, all right, and you need a thermos, and the thermos that was like $10 yesterday is $30 now, you're not going to buy a thermos. You're going to go down to the local Pick and Save and find something else to use, you know. Sizemore, thanks so much. Got to grab lunch, but I'll try to come back. Well, I've got to get out of here shortly, Sizemore. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. John, CNN lies. KP76. All right. This is why I always read it. All right. I'm not saying that crap, KP76. You're a bad troll. You suck at this. Brigitta, please say I am Jesse P. Marco Data Management. John is living in severance life, I feel. It's possible. Be nice. What's up, Brigitta? I'm sorry, we don't understand the gibberish that you're typing. Maybe there's a mental, maybe you can only like slam the keyboard with your face or something. I don't know, Brigitta, but I do appreciate you being here. So type something like in a statement, in a sentence format in English, and I'll reply. Michael, I pray you hope Trump can turn around this country for the better. Yes. I do too. Oh, let's see here. Time to change. No. It's okay. 40-year. Trump is. That's okay. 40. We're gonna make America great for you, and just like we're not even gonna ask you to say you're right. We're not even gonna ask you. We're just gonna let you crawl back under the rock that you came out of. Take your ADD pills, whatever it is. Go back to your cubicle job. and just be the sucky person that you are. Don't say stupid things, man. It makes you sound like an idiot. It makes you look stupid when people say stupid things like that. Let's see here. Trump is a rock star. 40. What a shame! Wake up, America! Wake up. I don't know if you. What word is that? Is that like a Gen Z word for something? Are you making words up again that aren't in the English language? Let's see here. It's nothing like the Biden lion. I know, right, Mike? Or maybe just to the secondhand store if prices skyrocket. Exactly. That's exactly what will happen. By the way, if you guys didn't know this, the $1.25 tree store is going to be going to the $1.50 tree store here shortly. TDS is spreading into your chat. That's okay, Jesse. I can swim. I can wade through all of the bull that is the craziness. You'll find out very fast. Frontier, bring it. Bring it, Broseph. I mean, and if you want to get personal, I'll tell you the same thing I tell everybody else that says something stupid like that. You'll carry the shovel up the hill, and I'll carry the shovel down the hill. You'll find out very fast. America did wake up and voted MAGA. Poppy die pie. Swim in that mouthwash. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Grow up. John Wade said, I live in a country where WEC work 36 hours a week. We have universal health care, free high quality education, public transportation running like clockwork, and roads smooth. That sounds great, John. What country do you live in? And why do you think it's okay to comment on American politics? I mean, if it's so fucking great where you live. Inquiring minds want to know, where do you live, John? Jesse P says, I don't think you got the sack to tell us. Let's see. Jesse says, where is the Nightbot taking care of TDS before the virus? I don't use that crap. I don't use that crap because I can deal with these turds myself. Woke up and voted Trump. That happens. That happens. Let's see here. Jesse, you are dreaming. No, it's not a dream. This is reality. That's not nice. Brandon, sometimes people say mean things, and it is you get what you beget what you give out. Let's see here. LP is not a CNN affiliate. I believe you're on the wrong. JP, I was joking about the Nightbot. Gator, oh come on. People from other countries have other. You're absolutely right, Gator, and I respect those perspectives. The problem is that they're not really perspectives. They're it's like they're commenting on stuff. I love other people's perspectives, but you know what? It's like, we can be friends, but I'm never going to tell you that your wife keeps a messy house. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to be like, dude, let's go drink some beer. Let's go have fun. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, your wife's hot, dude. Definitely bang her. Oh yeah, if I had permission anyway. But yeah, I would never tell him that his wife keeps a messy house. And that's what it. Don't I have free speech? Sure you do. You can say anything you want to. I mean, reach down, grab them, and say what you want, man. But it doesn't mean that people are going to accept what you're saying, especially when it's wrong. Let's see here. Frontier Pilgrim High. Hey John, how much of labor does your government take? Pablo, Ren and I love Ren and Stimpy. I love Ren and Stimpy. All right. So listen, hey, who was that ran their suck after I said, what country are you in? Who was that? John. Where are you at, John? Did you run away? I mean, did you lose internet in your mom's basement? John. I mean, it's nothing. It's not personal. It's really not personal. It's just like, hey, man, if you're going to bow up, prepare to get knocked down. It happens, You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Gator says, if they have good ideas for ways we could do it better, ? As long as they're not smug assholes, I'm cool with it. Yeah, dude, listen. I listen to people all the time, and people, even in stuff that I know that I'm a pro at, will tell me some things. I'm like, what? It's like there's this guy who's on TikTok or something. It's like he sees somebody do something, and he's like, no way. You mean to tell me I've been doing it this way for 30 years and doing it wrong? I'm like that, man. Hey, you got something? Bring it. Tell me something good, But yeah, don't be a smug ass. Let's see here. Paul says, I live in the UK and I am fully aware we have our own issues, but I am curious to hear your thoughts on Trump harming relationships with allied countries. Okay, Paul, that is an adult freaking question. I love you, Paul. You better freaking subscribe to me. I need a sip of coffee. I am not concerned about it. I'm not concerned about it because here's the thing. At the end of the day, all these politicians drink the same whiskey. They chase the same women. They all have the same views. It's all about the power, and it's never about the people. Okay, that's how they work in private. In public, they're like blah 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 blah, wrong this and wrong that, and you're doing this and you're doing that, and then they get to get on the old Twitter exosphere and type mean things to each other, but they're really just smoking crack in the closet together. All right, that's unfortunately that's the truth. Okay, when you know, and it's like it's the same way in America. You know, it's like these guys will get up on the floor and bash each other, but then they'll be like, my friend from the state of Georgia or my colleague. You know what I'm saying? It's more than decorum because in the hallways, and I think one of the best ways to remember this is there was this dude who was freaking. I think he was on CNN. If you guys remember his name, he's the guy that went over to X and tried to ambush Elon Musk. He tried to ambush Elon Musk, and Elon Musk destroyed him. But anyway, so he got caught in the streets, and someone's like, "Hey, man, listen, you don't really believe this crap, do you? There's all the stuff you're saying on TV." And he's like, "Man, I'm just following the teleprompter. It's all a joke, okay? It's all a joke." And for us, it's serious. For them, it's a game. But for us, it's serious because the things they say and the things they do have ramifications. Now, circling back to causing problems with our allies, they're going to be our allies either way. They're going to be our allies either way. We have nuclear weapons that are in that area that are protecting them. Okay? It's really that easy. It's really that easy. So and you know, I've got friends who wear different uniforms with different flags on their shoulders, and none of that's going to change. They're still going to be my friends. You know what I'm saying? If I were still wearing a uniform and was in the area in the AO, I'd probably do something about it. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is, as long as the United States has nuclear weapons that are protecting the people in basically Western Europe from the people in Eastern Europe and China, we don't have a problem with allies. Bill Andy, two first names. I love it. Hello, LocalPrepper. First time here from Twin. I like your channel, and we are subbed and like, brother. Hey, I appreciate you, Billy. I appreciate you. I'm sorry, it's not Billy. It's Billy Andy. Billy Andy. Bill Andy. Bill Andy. It's almost like candy, like Bill Andy. I got to have a little fun with the name so I remember who you are. Jesse P. John just came in here to troll. It's probably really Rachel Maddow. Smells like Rachel. Talk to me. Let's see here. John says, a country almost 300 times smaller than the USA. Is this the same John? Is this the same John who decided not to tell us what country he's in? Come on, man. Grab your sack. It doesn't matter. It's not like we're going to track your IP and find out where you are. Or are we? Anyway, let's see here. Where we at? Somebody's Mr. Good. Ancestors left Europe for better lives. Okay. A hunter likes crack. That's true, Jesse. USA Today is stupid. Okay. I'm going to guess stupid. I'm good. The laptop proves it. 40 are correct. We have people like you. USA Policy infects the whole world. What you meant to say was infects the whole world. Okay. Slow your roll, bro. It's either that or you're drunk. You're like, are you buzz texting people right now? Are you like, hey, baby? You know, but when you write it down and when you read it, it's like, jabba. You know, let's see here. And yes, John, there is some truth to that too, because the United States I have a saying called, we are Rome. We have done this. We have people everywhere. And yeah, it's true. It's true. But you know what? All the people from America that are infecting your world, well, let's see. They don't push their Muslim agendas on you. They don't push their ideologies on you. They don't do anything. In fact, they're taught to respect your culture and live the way you live because they have to be there. I don't know if it gets any better than that. I think once again, you're completely dodging the question. What country are you in? And why are you scared to say so? Let's see here. John's probably not even your real name. It's probably Ahmed or something. Let's see here. Rose says, sorry, our haters so much can be proven or disproven. We do have freedom of speech. You can join and ask questions, even if your facts are not straight. Just be honest. Any ideas for an off-grid clothes washer? War Tom, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Welcome to the channel. Well, you're just gonna have to go back to the old one. I mean, you could literally, you can still buy manually agitating washing machines. Dryers, that's going to require energy, so that's not going to happen. I mean, even if you like charged up your solar Jenny, and got it like up to 100% and then turn your dryer on, that's probably going to eat the entire, like maybe a 1K system, just like that. It'll probably eat it up in like 15 minutes. But so you're definitely going to have to be drying your clothes out on the clothesline, out in the sun. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you can still buy hand agitating washing machines. Let's see here. Jesse P says, I will send an X message to Trump and tell him what 300 times smaller countries you are from. Pew pew, JK. Let's see here. Bill says, Teresa, do I know you? You talk like someone I know. John said he was from the Netherlands. That's disappointing. That's where my ancestors are from. That's very disappointing. It's very disappointing. Let's see here. Gator says, applying logic that works in a tiny country probably wouldn't work in a country 300 times larger. There's some logic to that, Gator. There's some logic to that. Jesse P, where are we at here? Jesse P says 40 is probably from the Netherlands too. There, that's possible. That's possible. Interesting show. I have learned a lot. Sharon, well, thank you very much. I don't know if you learned anything good or bad. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just a giant dick. I don't know at this point. I'm just literally just replying to the ridiculousness of people. Yeah, it's been a good time, and I'm 15 minutes over my time. I'm probably going to go another 15 minutes just because we have some people showing up that are incredibly entertaining. Let's see here. Just another Iranian bot. That's possible. John says, how many times I have to say I live in the Netherlands? Well, this is the first time I've seen that. Is that a real country? Or is that just like synonymous with like Norway, Sweden, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Or is that like a real country? You got your own flag? Netherlands. Country in Northwestern Europe with territories in the Caribbean. I got you. So so isn't the Netherlands socialist? Is that why you're so brainwashed? I mean, or if you live in the Netherlands, why are you, wait a minute. I think I figured John out. Okay. No, I was wrong. I was thinking, wait a minute, this could be a conversation about Greenland and how they're butthurt. But it's Denmark, not the Netherlands. Or is that the same thing? Are they the same people? Isn't the Netherlands like isn't Netherlands right now like where they have like the highest crime rate they've ever had in the last 50 years? I inquiring minds want to know, Jesse P says Netherlands recently aligned with Iran and China. I heard nowhere, but John is starting to make me think it's a thing now. There you go. Orange uniformed people at the Olympics. Netherlands was the first country to acknowledge the USA as a country. So why are you being such a raging dick then, John? I mean, come on, you're trying to like push your agenda on us. It's not going to work. You're in an American chat room, okay? And all nations are welcome. Don't get me wrong. I get them from all over the place. But I mean, it's like, we're the Netherlands, and we're going to tell you how things are today. You guys suck, and we're the greatest. Blah, blah, blah. America, 300 times smaller, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's not working, dude. It's not working. How about if you just have like a conversation or maybe ask like a legitimate question? Let's see here. Let's see here. Our jails are empty. I don't believe you. I don't believe you, John. For those who aren't American here, at the end of the day, your opinion on UYS affairs don't matter to us. Let's see, John or his wife, John's son. That's possible. That's possible, Texan. Paulo says, John Wida, you might be the first inmate. Tweeting from prison. Let's see here. When I say his name, John Wida, I automatically think John Cena. Brandon Kettle, do you think technology is too advanced? I am anti-robot. No, I don't think it's too advanced. I think that we use it as a crutch, though. Jesse P. John is just seeking attention like a Hollywood starlet for forgotten to wear underwear and gives a show getting out of the limo. I mean, it happens. It happens. 40er says, you have a president that is putting tariffs on an island where there is no human. Actually, that's not true. Are you about to tell me about the penguins? Do the science, do the math, do the research. There's actually a chart that's out there on the internet that shows exactly why these things are happening. Don't say stupid things here. You're going to get called out, man. You're going to get called out. Let's see here. Rose says, Denmark supported the Jews during World War II. Those from the Netherlands turned them in. They bowed to Nazi in short order. That's a low blow, Rose. That's a low blow. I mean, I don't like what this guy is saying, but I don't have anything against the Netherlands. You know, Jay Strange just showed up. He's laughing at all the MAGA people. I'm a registered independent. Are you here to tell me about your organic gatherings over the weekend that weren't organic? Let's see here. Billy Graham was saying that there's where John is from. Annie G, it must be hard for small socialist country folks to understand American culture and spirit. Annie G, that is absolutely true. I mean, John just expected us to fold under his words. And we're literally ready to like, dude, let's have a drink, talk it over. And then if you're still angry, let's go out in the parking lot. I don't think they have that where they come from. I don't think they have that. Let's see here. Bill, not you, bro. The Princess Buttercup over there. Let's see here. But I voted for Trump. That's okay, Brandon. That's good. Good, man. Good. It's a smart thing to do. I mean, even if you just weigh out your options. I mean, there was a guy on freaking MSNBC today that said that America was racist because they didn't have the balls to elect a black woman. Yeah, could literally be that it's all over the internet. This guy went on like psychopathic rant about the whole thing, and it's like, man, just make yourself look stupid. Just open your mouth more. Billy autocorrect. Oh, Pilgrim, haha, dang call. The wrong one. John says, I don't care, just said where I am from. Okay, John, thank you. We appreciate that. I mean, that only took like 10 minutes for you to decide to do. So, be more decisive. Maybe there's a language barrier. I don't know. I don't think there is if he's inside of one of these channels. That guy, I love it, man. Don't be that guy. Trump is like a cool drink of water for most Americans. Yes, exactly. But I caution everyone, do not take your foot off the gas on the preparedness. Do not do it. Bad times can come anytime, even when there's a great guy in the office. Let's see here. Now we love you all. We're not just going to let you take advantage. No, that's it, right? Okay, Michael's got a question. Do you know what country is USA friend really? Michael, where are you from, bro? Where are you from? Because you didn't finish that. Your statement is not grammatically correct in any way, shape, or form. Any way, shape, or form. A friend of the USA? Oh, there's lots of them. There's lots of them. I don't know. The Ukraine? Israel? Great Britain? I mean, name them all. They're all our allies, and that makes them our friends. Oh, let's see here. Teresa says, it did it again. Bill, I type Billy too much. Anything close corrects to Billy. Kamala is a lot lizard. I mean, she's not as bad as freaking Jasmine Crockett, man. She is like the most ratchet chick in Congress. Jesse P, all around the parts where I am from, we just finish our beers and head straight out to the parking lot to settle debates. Exactly, Jesse. I mean, if there's a beef, there's a beef. You know what I'm saying? Some places they're just like, all right, let's go, and they put the beers down, they go outside, beat the crap out of each other, and find out who's right and wrong, and then they come back and drink their beer. You know, I mean, come on, you know. Mr. Good Citizen says, when did a black woman run? That's hilarious. True that land, ammo, and long-lasting food are gold. There you go. Teresa, okay, I missed it. I think the U.S. was headed for a great fall. T-Man was the only candidate that had a plan to help. He got my vote. Yeah, exactly. You know, she's too expensive to be a lot lizard. I know, right? Those girls are questionable in all aspects of their femininity. Let's see here. Jesse P says, at least she admitted she was a DEI hire. I know, right? That's crazy. All right, guys, you guys got 7 more minutes, and then we're going to Jay Strange. Yes, sir. And then I'm gonna have to cut this out. So, 40 says, oh, I must have struck a chord here. What is hilarious is that you have a president that is putting tariffs on islands that has no human on it. 40-year, you're not listening. You literally just regurgitated what the other dipstick said. All right. There's actually a system. All right. There's a system that's in place. And it's like on islands that have no people on it. Well, islands are not countries, and islands that are not countries cannot get tariffs on them. So here's the dealio there, smart pants. There's an overarching country that those islands belong to. All right. I can't believe you're like ingesting this ridiculousness. I cannot believe that you weren't a free thinker enough that you didn't go, that doesn't make any sense. Who said that? That person needs to be smacked silly. Who wrote that? Why am I reading this? You should have instantly been able to go, this is bullshit. Putting tariffs on islands. You know what? I got to grok this. Guys. Let's see here. And you know, it's funny. We haven't even talked about all the immigration stuff. Let's see here. Where are we at here? Let me go to Grok. Because Grok knows everything. If you guys didn't know that, I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. All right. Is Trump putting tariffs on islands with no people living on them? Question mark. I even wrote it in your liberal talk speak just to see what it has to say. Let's see here. Verify you're a human. Okay, I'm a human. Oh, now you want me to log in? Oh, this is bull, man. Oh, you're killing me, man. Let's try this again. Is Trump, I should put like the devil. Is Trump putting tariffs on islands with no people living on them? Question mark. All right, it's thinking, it's searching. 15 websites it just hit. Let's see here. Let's see, facing territories as the broader trade announces, for example, Herald Island, McDonald Island, oh no, it's an Australian territory. Oh, okay. So here I'm gonna say something, and you're gonna get like a boner, like you're right? All right. So yes, the Trump administration has included several uninhibited territories or uninhabited territories on its list of facing tariffs as part of its broader trade policy announced on April 2025. Oh, you must be so happy, but check it out. There's more words. For example, Herald Island and McDonald Islands, an Austrian territory in the subarctic Indian Ocean, are subject to a 10% tariff, despite having no human population and no significant trade with the U.S. So basically the islands belong to Austria. So Austria is receiving those tariffs. You can't make this stuff up. The level of idiocy, I can't believe you believe this crap. I can't believe that you lack total common sense, that you just like absorb the ridiculousness of the world and don't go, well, that was stupid. All right, let's see here. That guy, if you don't like what I'm saying, just get get off the place. Are you literally trying to run people off of my chat, 40-year? Did you really just make that unbelievably stupid decision? And timeout, 24 hours. Sorry, bro, had to change your screen. You're not kicking anybody out of my chat. That's just not happening. Let's see here. Grok is pretty good. LP, I checked it out after you mentioned it the last time. There you go. I love Grok. Grok will give you an opinion, dude. He'll give you some facts. You'd have to watch out. It's probably 99.9% correct, but it is what it is. Let's see. I know, Jesse. I caught it right off the bat. Well, if you don't like it, you can leave. Wrong answer. Timeout, bitch. Let's see here. No, YouTube, I would not like to put good time insert ads in my live streams. Those sons of bitches. Did it strike a nerve? 40-year? No, it didn't. It's just, I only have one rule, that guy. Don't be that guy. I only have one rule, and that's don't be a dick. And anybody who thinks that they can like run people out of a chat, you know what I'm saying? They're not living in the real world. They're a toxin. Okay. And unfortunately, it's a mental disorder where they think that they have somehow control over what's happening on the internet. And instead of like people like attacking or laughing at them, I just put them in a timeout. That way people will just like, they won't get to see any more ridiculousness. You know, he can come back in 24 hours. I mean, I'll see you tomorrow afternoon probably, but that's how I handle those things. Jay Strange, the left, the most passionate, most unintelligent at this. It's true. Let's see your program. Dennis, Dennis, weakest troll of the day. I mean, it happens. Let's see here. Jesse P says, what do you think I am that you would get up and walk off camera on your own stream? What do you think was his aim that you, I don't know. I mean, he wasn't saying anything to me. I mean, listen, guys, I raised 6 kids. I have 15 grandchildren that I know of. If you think that some dipstick is going to frustrate me so much that I'm just going to like, because those are the things that they do. Those are not the things that fully grown adults do. You know what I'm saying? All right. That you know of. Yes, Jesse. Yes, I have one son that, let's just say he's got a lot of kids from a lot of different baby mamas. Anyway, he was an equal opportunity impregnator. Anyway, all right. So guys, it's 4:30. I've been going at this half an hour longer than I planned on doing this. I'm going to try to come back tomorrow. Obviously, tomorrow morning, I'll be on my live stream for strictly preparedness stuff. I will be on the road, so you guys know how that works. So roughly around 10 a.m., I should pop in. You'll get no warning whatsoever. So make sure you're watching your feed to see when I go live, and it'll be strictly preparedness stuff. All right. As usual, guys, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up on the way out the door. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Stay safe. Have a great day, and I shall see you when I see you. And now I have to like reach around to the other side of this camera and find the button. Let me see what we got here. Because I was using the front camera today, so everything wouldn't be backwards. There you go. All right, what do we got? Look at the ceiling. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Where's the button at? There it is. Cha.